According to US officials, Israel's ground operation to rescue hostages held in Gaza and dislodge Hamas has reached a rolling start. Thousands of Israeli troops are said to have entered the Strip in recent hours. Still with us on the broadcast is Major Mohammed Ali Shah. He's a defense expert. Sir, Israel has launched a massive counter-offensive against Hamas. Yesterday, they eliminated three senior Hamas operatives, and now thousands of troops have entered the Gaza Strip to rescue the hostages. What do you make of this, sir?
Well, I see that thousands of Israeli soldiers have entered the Gaza Strip, and you said they eliminated three Gaza terrorists. But if you see the ratio, over 7,000 deaths, over 7,000 innocent deaths in Gaza Strip of civilians. And the number of terrorists, three Gaza terrorists killed. Three Hamas terrorists killed. Now, who are these terrorists and what is the ranking? I would say these terrorists are mere foot soldiers. The think tank, the decision makers, the directors, the leaders, the generals are all sitting elsewhere in different countries. So the very fact is it worth three soldiers, three small-time foot soldiers, I would say, three foot soldiers, of a terrorist organization is to 7,000, over 7,000 innocent civilians. I mean, I say one line, yes. No militant, dead or alive, is worth my soldier's life. When it comes to soldiers' lives, there's no compromise. But when there is civilian lives involved, I think one has to be extremely careful, because then the act result, I would call the act where any civilian life is lost, just like I would call the Hamas's act as terrorism. On 7th October, they harmed innocent women, children. Similarly, I would call any act, be it from anyone, which is harming civilians. I mean, a collateral damage is understood and accepted. I mean, when during an air raid, the missiles or the rockets will not come, seeing the angle of a military establishment or a terrorist establishment or the aim that you have taken. But over 7,000 innocent people dead as collateral damage, I don't think it's acceptable. I mean, for anyone who would favor humanity for that matter.
So absolutely, innocent civilians are being caught in the crossfire, and it is absolutely unfortunate. But of course, there's a strong counter-offensive that has begun. So what do you think? What's going to happen next?
Oh, I see it this way, unfortunately, there are going to be a lot of casualties from both sides, because Gaza is a built-up area. It's going to be urban warfare, and there are underground tunnels. And Hamas terrorists have said that when there is a ground operation launched, they will start killing the hostages. Unfortunately, I do not want anything like that to happen. I want every single hostage to be out free. I mean, without without a scratch of them. In fact, I know how it is. I have personally experienced a time when I was taken captive by the insurgents in the northeast along with four other soldiers. So we know how it is. But thankfully, those insurgents were principled people. They were men of their word. So we went out unharmed. So, but the feeling, the anxiety that one is while one is in captivity, I can very well imagine that. So I think what's going to happen next is there's going to be a major counter-offensive launched, and that's going to be a real fierce one, a deadly one from both ends. But once again, I reinstate that the Hamas terrorists inside Gaza Strip are mere foot soldiers. One should, if Israel wants to finish the Hamas, they are most welcome, and they should also. But the very fact is they should start from the top, not from the foot soldiers. That the top generals are the decision makers, the leaders, the commanders, the directors are sitting elsewhere. They are the ones who should be neutralized, because they are the ones who would be giving directions to these foot soldiers. See, it's very, very simple. You kill one foot soldier, 10 heads would be born, unfortunately. You kill one head, 10 heads would be born. Will it end? The question is that by killing one Osama bin Laden, did we put an end to the entire terrorism? Unfortunately, we did not. So if you think strategically, if you want to put Hamas into rubble, you want to finish them off, the first thing, the ideology has to be neutralized. And Hamas is got a strength of thousands, I mean, over 30, 40,000. I don't know how many they would be having in their strength. I mean, imagine 30, 40,000 people. And Hamas, which used to be a catapult army at one time, it was a creation by Israel only, incidentally. Israel had only given a formation to Hamas, for that matter, as a to fight the Soviets. And in fact, today Hamas itself is getting heavy on Israel. It's just like Al Qaeda was a formation of the US, and on 11th September 2001, the Al Qaeda attacked US. Pakistan, they had formed terrorists, thinking that they will bite the neighbor, they will not attack them. They harbor snakes in the backyard. Today, those Pakistani terrorists are becoming a nuisance for Pakistan itself. So the very fact is, when this is going to happen, it's going to create a lot of casualty, and I'm afraid a lot of here there's going to be collateral damage as well, and that is what I am really against of. Be it the Hamas terrorists coming and killing the all thing here hostage or torturing the innocents on 7th September, on 7th October, or be it the Israeli army coming into Gaza Strip, and then there would be a lot of innocents who would be affected by it. So that is something, it's a very, very tricky situation. I know they don't have much choice.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.